Hello, my name is Ben from Amago Doppelstad, and on today's show, we'll be delving more into the sheep feedlot business and how to set up your sheep feedlot business. Prior to starting your sheep feedlot business, the most important thing that you need to do is to carry out a feasibility study. And here we are looking at the market, and we are also looking at the feed. So these two play a major role in the success of your feedlot. When we talk about the market, is where are you going to sell your sheep? Where are you going to sell the product, the meat, and at what price will you be selling at? And this is in relationship to the cost of you actually running the feedlot business. You will find that once you start running your feedlot business, the biggest cost driver would be the feed. And it's very important that you invest in quality feeds that give you a higher feed conversion rate as compared to any other feed. Here the saying, rubbish in, rubbish out, clearly defines what you need to do when it comes to the feed. You're better off sourcing for feed that have high energy levels, feed that have high crude protein levels, because this will play a clear role in the average daily gain or average weight gain of your lambs stroke your sheep in the feedlot. When it comes to marketing your product, it's important to clearly note the cost of production of that particular product. And in this case, we're talking about your carcass. Most of the time, you're looking at a well-dressed carcass that has good fat cover and has a weight of anything between 15 all the way to 22, 23 kilos. And to gain such a carcass weight, it is important to look at your feeds. So, as you carry out your feasibility study, make sure that you have your pointers when it comes to your cost of feed. It is important that when you're setting out your feedlot business, that you carry out your feasibility study, which will look at certain factors that will be key drivers for the success of your sheep feedlot business. And one of these factors is how or where you're going to market your product. This is very key, given that your product has a great number of inputs to make it or to reach the quality that you are aiming for. So it's very important that you look at where is the market and who will be buying, who will be your targeted audience when it comes to marketing your product. Another important thing to look at in your feasibility study is how are you going to source for the sheep or the candidates that you're going to have in your feedlot. This is very important because those candidates are going to play a key role in the success of your feedlot. You must source for candidates that will actually give you the best feed conversion rate. And most of the time, this you'll find in lambs that have been weaned. And when we talk about weaning, we're talking about lambs that are within an age set of 3 months to 4 months, all the way to 6 months. It is important that you select them carefully. you have to ensure you select the lambs that are sick, that have good genetics, where you are assured of your growth rate and your weight gain. Because remember, once you put the sheep on the feedlot, it's for a well-defined period of time. So you have to make the best of the conversion rate of your lambs vis-a-vis the feed that you'll be giving them. Another important aspect to look at in your feasibility is your location. How is your location situated vis-a-vis your market? Because this will also play a key role in terms of your costs. If you're too far away from the market, from your market, then your transport cost will be one of the great hits or one of the great expenses that you will suffer, that you'll need to absorb into your business plan. So it's very important that even when you're looking for a location, that in that particular point, you're thinking about the market. So location plays a key role when you're looking at that. Another important thing to look at in your feasibility study is, of course, the security aspect. How safe is your investment in that particular location? This will also play a role in how you're going to build your shelter. You will find if your place is very safe, then even your cost of construction may not be as expensive. But if you're in an area where insecurity plays a big role in terms of how you're going to secure your investment, it's important that you also build structures that will secure that particular investment. Another important aspect you need to look at in your feasibility study is the genetics. This plays a very big role in terms of your feed conversion rate, in terms of your cost, because sheep that are able to convert faster will leave the feedlot earlier, hence meaning less costs for you and more profit for you at the end of the day. So even as you choose or you select the candidates that you're going to put in your feedlot, you have to ensure that genetics plays a very big role. Because with genetics, you'll be able to trace and to be able to have a fairly good idea in terms of what your average daily gain would be vis-a-vis the feed that you give. Another important factor to consider in your feasibility study is your source of feed. Feed, if not the highest contributor in terms of expense in a feedlot, will be probably the second. It is important that you ensure that your feed is well sourced at a good price that gives you good margin. This does not mean that you discount the quality of that feed, for poor quality feed will also become expensive in the long run. So it is important that you look at that from a point of sourcing your feed at a good price and ensuring that you source quality feed at the same time. This will play a very big role in the success of your feedlot. And when you're talking about feed, it's also important to know that you need to have, as part of your feasibility study, to know who will you source your feed from, or are you going to grow your own feed? If you're going to grow your own feed, then it's important that you put in the time to learn what feed you're going to grow, and most importantly, what levels of nutrition is that particular feed going to give your sheep. For example, if you're looking at your fodder, it is important to ask yourself, should I grow Bomarods, or should I grow Lucerne, or should I grow Brachiara, or should I grow Panicum? And once you have the data sheets of this particular fodder, then that will also inform you which is the best feed to grow, or which will be the best feed to actually source. So it is important that not only you look at the sourcing of the feed, but also the price of that particular feed. Because at the end of the day, your inputs will play, or your cost of inputs will play a very big role in terms of your margin vis-a-vis the price you'll be selling your sheep for.